Well, now next method we use is abdominal auscultation. Yes, two purposes: first, to disclose renal stenosis, renal artery stenosis, and second, to listen to bowel sounds. Yes, and what is projection point of renal arteries? Epigastric area. So we place stethoscope and listen to brood. Present or not? So in symmetric areas, yes, on the right, on the left. Now, to listen to bowel sound, we choose bright iliac area, yes? Now, unauthorized movies all sent to me. Well, now we place stethoscope in this area and listen during few minutes. Yes, sounds are heard, some tinkling, gurgling sounds are heard. Well, now next, abdominal percussion. Yes, we must perform percussion to disclose which percussion note is heard over abdomen. Все хорошо? Все нормально? Расслабьтесь и спите. Now, what percussion note is heard? Tympanic percussion note. Now, and then after that we start superficial palpation of abdomen. So, 4 uses of superficial palpation. First,
to find the tenderness.
Yes.
Or any fluid.
Tenderness, to define muscular tension, to define separation of rectus muscles or rectus muscles dehiscence, yes, and then to define hernias, yes, of linea alba or umbilical hernia, and last to check peritoneal irritation signs, yes, Shotkin-Bloomberg sign. So we start superficial palpation with left iliac region, yes? Now with round motions and observe patient's face, yes? Some painful expression or maybe screaming, yes? Не больно? And you see I move upwards in symmetric areas, yes? And I palpate with my fingertips, yes? Placing my palm flat and move upwards. Нигде не больно, да? So, no tension, no muscular tension, no tenderness. Now, rectus muscles dehiscence. Поднимите, пожалуйста, голову. Можно опустить? So, no dehiscence. Well, now check for hernia. You see with pad, finger pad for hernia. No. Umbilical ring we check. No hernia. If you found any tenderness area, you must check for peritoneal irritation sign. So Shotkin-Bloomberg sign, for example, like this. Не больно? Не больно?
Нет.
So you see, very slow pressure and very quick release of pressure. Yes? So Shotkin-Bloomberg sign.
It is necessary to perform always, or if we have any confusion in hernia, then only.
No, not hernia, but tenderness or muscular tension. Yes, muscular tension area. For example, in appendicitis, it must be in the right iliac region. So you must check for peritoneal irritation signs. Is there local peritonitis or not? Well, and also signs of acute cholecystitis also concern to superficial palpation, and when signs of ascites also we must check during superficial palpation. So 3 ways of defining ascites. First, inspection. So special shape of abdomen. In ascites, the central part is flattened, yes, and flanks are bulging. So called frog's belly. Is it similar frog's belly? No. So on inspection, no signs of ascites. Now next method, fluctuation method. We ask our patients to help us. Андрей, будьте добры, положить, пожалуйста, ладошку вот этой частью на середину живота. Сможете, да? Вот так. И прижмите. А голову положить. Хорошо. Так нормально?
Я не могу нажать.
Нет, а нажимать не надо, просто прижать. Можно другой рукой, как вам удобнее?
Можно вот так?
Так, конечно, не очень хорошо.
У меня рука не выгибается.
Ну ладно, хорошо. Вот таким образом, да? Так удобно.
Да.
I place my hands on flanks, yes, and not without removing of my fingers. I applied strokes, yes, and try to feel waves with this recipient hand. You see, like this. And patient hand prevent oscillations of anterior wall. Yes. Все, спасибо большое. So negative fluctuation sign. And last method to check, to disclose ascites is percussion method. I place fleximeter on the level of umbilicus vertically and move laterally with soft percussion. You see, tympanitic sound is heard. Yes, it's still heard.
Until the
If sound is changed, we have to move the patient
Yes.
on one side. Yes.
It didn't change. You see, tympanitic.
Absolutely normal, man.
All the sounds are heard. Well, maybe here.
Yes.
And now I ask patient to turn on opposite
One
side.
Yes,
Пожалуйста, повернитесь на левый бок. And you see, I don't remove my
Yes,
fleximeter.
and
And when patient turns on the side, I perform percussion in the same point. Do you hear the same sound? So the same dull percussion note is heard, yes? So first I found border between tympanitic and dull note. Then don't remove my fleximeter, turn patient and perform percussion in the same border, in the same point. If you hear the same percussion note, so dull percussion note, it means there is no
any abnormality.
No free liquid, yes. If dull percussion note change to tympanitic, it means presence of free liquid, yes, because intestine flowed over liquid, yes. Спасибо большое, Андрей. Можно вернуться в исходное положение. Руки вдоль туловища, пожалуйста. Теперь нужно будет дышать животом, да? Как это сделать? Now, first of all, you must teach your patient to breathe with your abdomen. You must switch your patient on abdominal breathing. Вот на вдох нужно поднять мою ладошку животом. Вдох, выдох, опустить. Очень хорошо. Андрей, дышать придется по моей команде только, да? Сами. Ну, пока я не приступила к исследованию, сейчас вы можете дышать еще сами, но когда я скажу, уже нужно будет дышать по моей команде. So, only under your command, patient must breathe, yes? And we start methodical deep sliding palpation. What means methodical? It means palpation is performed in certain order. And first organ we must palpate is sigmoid colon. It's situated in iliac region, so below iliac crest. Now we place fingers, you see, perpendicular to the long axis of sigmoid colon and ask patient to breathe. Андрей, сделаем глубокий вдох. Выдох. That's all. Можно дышать. Now I didn't feel. Now I put my fingers lower. Андрей, еще раз вдох. Выдох. Ага. Еще раз, пожалуйста, Андрей, вдох. Выдох. Now it's felt like a cylindrical item, yes. So moving, painless, not rumbling.
Size also.
Size? No, I don't say which size because you will examine this patient yourself and will describe what is size, what is diameter of this part of colon. Now next must be palpated cecum, yes? To find cecum position, cecum location, you must divide this imaginary line on 3 parts and choose
Lateral-
obode of
lateral
lateral third,
third.
yes, and the same, place your fingers perpendicular to
the
long axis of cecum, and we'll ask patient to breathe. Андрей, пожалуйста, глубокий вдох, выдох. Is palpable. Now you must describe yourself. Now next organ to palpate is transverse colon. To find transverse colon, first of all we must find the
Lower edge of
situation
gastric.
of lower gastric
Gastric
edge. Yes. Now using different methods, you must use 4 methods. First is percussion method. We perform percussion from bottom to top, listening to sound, to change of tympanitic sound. Now a type of sound, yes, do you hear? Do you hear? Change of sound. Now, and mark with border, yes? Place here, dot. Now, next method, auscultative percussion method. I place stethoscope in the area of epigastric angle, yes, and apply stroke. And then mark level when sound disappears, yes, or sharply diminished. Now next method, auscultar friction.
Like this.
I apply, yes, I perform horizontal motions. Yes. And then mark with border. Now, and last method is splashing sound method. I asked our assistant to give you a glass of water, yes? You'll give your patient a glass of water, and patient will drink this water, and after that, in horizontal position, you apply strikes along anterior midline and listen to sound. А вы сегодня завтракали?
Нет.
Не завтракали? А водичку не пили?
Нет. Чашка кофе.
Чашку кофе?
Да.
Горячего давно?
10 назад.
Ага, вот something is heard, yes? Something is heard.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and then you listen to a sound. When where sound disappears, you must mark with level. So we found in average it's situated here, yes? Now we move downwards 3-4 centimeters and 5-6 centimeters laterally, yes? And place our fingers. Андрей, сделаем глубокий вдох животом, выдох, and then slide, yes? Now, because transverse colon is situated deeper than previous parts of colon, you must use 2 or 3 breathing motion. Андрей, еще раз, пожалуйста, глубокий вдох, выдох, вдох, выдох, and then after that only slide. So we must perform it manually, yes? To check right and left sides of a transverse colon. Еще раз, пожалуйста, Андрей, вдох, выдох, and then slide. You see? It's necessary to separate third movement, deeping into abdominal cavity, and fourth, sliding.
But it's palpable.
Palpable.
Always.
In our patient.
But not
It depends
always.
on patient.
Yes, ma'am.
On patient. Well, now next part of colon is ascending and descending colon. To palpate ascending colon, we place our left hand on the lumbar region, and ascending colon is situated in the right flank. So we place fingers perpendicular to long axis and perform the same. Андрей, пожалуйста, глубокий вдох, выдох, вдох, выдох. Something not clearly. Well, now we move our hands to the left side. Я вас не задела, нет, не поцарапаю. Well, and ложитесь на руку. And the same motion. So we form skin fold towards umbilicus, yes. Вдох, выдох, and then slide. Well, now next organ is stomach, yes. So previously found border, place your fingers on previously found border and command your patient. Пожалуйста, Андрей, вдох. Form skin up, move skin upwards, выдох. Deep into abdominal cavity and then slide is palpable. Now, to palpate pylorus, it's necessary to find chauffeur triangle. Yes, chauffeur triangle is triangle formed by vertical line, anterior midline, and horizontal line passing umbilicus. Now, pylorus is situated as bisector of this right angle. So we must place fingers perpendicular to long axis of pylorus like this, and then command patient вдох, пожалуйста, Андрей. Move skin upwards, выдох, deep into abdominal cavity, and then yes, and then slide. Something is palpable. Something is palpable. So we and last organ we must palpate is pancreas. Yes, pancreas normally is palpable in 2% of thin patients on empty stomach. Yes, after defecation. So it's very rarely palpable, difficult and rarely. So you put your fingers 2-3 centimeters above found border of the stomach. Yes, and the same. Move skin upwards. Андрей, пожалуйста, глубокий вдох, выдох. And so abdominal aorta is clearly palpable. That's all. Well, now next we must perform percussion and palpation of parenchymatous organ, and we start with liver. So, and first of all, we must perform defining of liver span after Kurlov. Yes, liver span after Kurlov is defined along 3 lines: right midclavicular line, anterior midline, and left costal arch. So start with defining of lower point of the first size of the first dimension after Kurlov. So we start on the level of umbilicus along the right midclavicular line with soft percussion. Maybe here, yes. Now, and place mark on finger edge facing more loud sound. Now, upper point coincides with lower border of the right lung, yes, along midclavicular line. It's normally situated on the level of 6 feet. So we start from the third intercostal space, yes, and move downwards.
Dull to resonant.
Resonant to dull.
Resonant to dull, sorry.
Now you see, boo boo, and here more high pitch sound, low pitch sound. And do you hear? Do you hear? Now, and we put mark on the finger edge facing more loud sound. When we measure distance between these 2 points, it will be first liver dimension after Kurlov. Now, to define upper point of the second dimension, we draw perpendicular on anterior midline. It will be upper point of the second dimension. Now, to find lower point of the second dimension, we perform percussion along anterior midline. Do you hear? Now, and we measure distance between, I don't remember, maybe here, between upper point and lower point. It will be second dimension of the liver after Kurlov. Now, along left costal arch. We place pleximeter on the left midclavicular line, and pleximeter is situated below costal arch, yes, in abdominal cavity, and move along costal arch. Here, yes. Good, and check this. And place mark, yes, on finger edge facing molar on sound, and use the upper point of second dimension as upper point of the third dimension, and measure distance between these two points. Well, so after that we must perform liver palpation. Now, and change patient position. Place his arms on his breast, yes. Now place your left arm on costal arch, and your thumb must be placed forward, yes, and other fingers on the back, Now, to perform liver palpation previously, we must perform percussion along the lateral edge of rectus muscle. To define lateral edge, we ask patient to lift his head. Андрей, поднимите, пожалуйста, голову. And you can palpate the lateral edge of rectus muscle. Можно опустить? Now I place my finger, pleximeter finger, and define this lower border by percussion. Here, yes. Right on the costal arch. So I place my fingers a little bit lower. I can palpate through the ribs, yes. Well, and now command our patient. Андрей, пожалуйста, глубокий вдох животом. Shift skin downwards, выдох. Deep into abdominal cavity, еще раз вдох. And only waiting for descending liver. Yes, I do not move my fingers. So this is difference in palpation of parenchymatous organs and hollow organs. Еще раз, пожалуйста, Андрей. Вдох животом, хорошо, выдох. Еще раз вдох. You see, I do not move my fingers. My fingers move together with abdominal wall motions, yes. Only I direct my fingertips towards the liver edge, you see. Еще раз, пожалуйста, вдох, выдох, вдох, you see. Only I'm waiting for liver edge. Well, now gallbladder palpation. To perform gallbladder palpation, it's necessary to find cross-section of right costal arch and lateral edge of rectus muscle. So this is gallbladder projection point. The same rules as we used in liver palpation. Андрей, пожалуйста, глубокий вдох. Skin is shifted downwards. Выдох. Deep into abdominal cavity. Вдох. And nothing is palpable. If gallbladder is palpable, it means positive Courvoisier sign. Now we must check all signs of acute cholecystitis. First is Kerr sign, palpation of gallbladder in gallbladder projection point with thumb. Еще раз, пожалуйста, Андрей, вдох, выдох. Еще раз, пожалуйста, вдох. You see, it's negative sign. If it's positive, patient interrupts his next inhalation, yes, due to pain appearance. Now, Murphy's sign. Андрей, присядьте, пожалуйста. Ноги не спускаем. Now, I'm sitting behind the patient, placing my four fingers in gallbladder projection point. And the same, I ask patient to perform deep inhalation and deep exhalation. Андрей, пожалуйста, вдохнули животом, выдохнули, вдохнули животом. Now, and you see negative Murphy's sign. In positive sign, patient interrupts his inhalation. Now, next, Ortner sign. So I apply stripes, so it's percussion with ulnar side of the hand,
And
yes.
the costal line.
Now Ortner sign, perpendicular to costal arches, Lipinus sign, parallel.
Parallel.
Пожалуйста, вдох. 2 strokes, you see? That's all. So Ortner sign is negative. Now Lipinus sign, вдох. 2 strokes, negative. And last is Mussy sign. I perform pressure between peduncles of rectus muscle, of sternocleidomastoid muscle. Не больно? And compare with left side. Не больно? So right-sided Phrenicus sign. So that's all for liver and gallbladder. Now next organ is spleen. Андрей, повернись, пожалуйста, на правый бок. So you should explain patient his position. Отлично. Все сделали сами без объяснений. Только вот эту ручку. Хорошо. Так, вот это левая, да? Левая нога прямая, правая нога согнута. Это правая ведь, да?
Это левый.
Ага, значит наоборот. Правая прямая, левая согнутая. Но я привыкла верхняя и нижняя, но так. So you must explain that это правая. But right leg should be straight, left leg should be bent, yes, to relax muscles on the left side of the patient. And arms should be, patient should hug himself with his arms. Well, and first of all, you must find 10th rib, yes. To find 10th rib, you should find free edge of 11th and 12th rib by palpation. Now, I found free edge of rib. Now I palpate upper rib. And the same, I found free edge of upper rib. So I must move, I must move upwards. So this rib will be 10th rib. Yes, you see? And I must perform palpation along with 10th rib. Palpation and percussion. So I place pleximeter perpendicular to the 10th rib and perform percussion from abdominal cavity upwards. Soft percussion. We move from tympanitic node to down. Now here. Maybe here. I mark border on finger edge facing more round sound. When moving along with 10th rib, we find posterior axillary line. Place your pleximeter along posterior axillary line along 10th rib and move medially from resonance node to down. You see? Now here the same principle, yes. And now I measure distance between these 2 points. It will be length of spleen, yes. Well, now next step, we must find the middle of this line and move upwards and downwards, from down node to resonant upwards, from down node to tympanitic downwards. Do you hear now? So, exception from general rule, you must place mark on finger edge facing more soft sound, yes? Here, only this an exception. And the same downward. Now I place here and measure distance between these 2 points. So, in defining width of spleen, there is exception from general rule of percussion, yes? You must mark border on finger edge facing more soft sound. So next, spleen palpation. So we found 10th rib and we must place our right hand in the way when your third finger will be continuation of 10th rib, you see? My third finger is continuation of 10th rib. Now I place my left hand on costal arch, squeeze costal arch. You see, thumb is directing forward. And now command my patient. Андрей, пожалуйста, глубокий вдох животом. I shift skin downwards, выдох. Deep into abdominal cavity, вдох. You see, I don't move my fingers. I'm only waiting for descending spleen. So normally spleen is not palpable. Андрей, пожалуйста, повернитесь на спину. Now, and last organ we must palpate is kidney, yes? Kidney. So symmetrical organ situated retroperitoneally is very difficult to palpate. Kidney is palpable only in its enlargement or its descending, yes? So nephroptosis. Kidney palpation is bimanual, so and left hand is used actively, not passively, but actively. We must press on lumbar region, and during palpation we must reach our hands. So left and right hand must reach each other, yes? Now the same, I place my left hand on the lumbar region, right hand below costal arch, yes? And then ask patient to breathe. Так, Андрей, пожалуйста, глубокий вдох. I shift skin downwards, выдох. And during exhalation, I press, можно дышать пока спокойно.
Yes.
I press my left
Yes.
hand and press my right hand and try to reach each other, yes? Well, еще раз, пожалуйста, Андрей, вдох, выдох, вдох, выдох. Хорошо. So, and during next exhalation, if you feel descending lower pole of kidney, you must grasp it and slide downwards. Еще раз, пожалуйста. Вдох, выдох, вдох, выдох. So, nothing. I felt nothing. Now, to palpate left kidney, I move my left hand in left lumbar region and the same. Еще раз, пожалуйста, вдох, выдох, вдох, выдох. So nothing is palpable. Now next, ureteral points. Yes, ureteral points. So upper point is situated on the level of umbilicus, on lateral edge of rectus muscles. Не больно? Нет. Now median point is situated on line connecting, yes, connecting iliac crests, yes. So medial third here. Не больно? Хорошо. Присядьте, пожалуйста. Можно спускать рубашку.
Можно.
Now, kidney percussion, yes, kidney percussion. Прямее. Еще. Можно ноги спустить?
Да, лучше.
Ага, хорошо. Вот так. So I place my left hand on lumbar region and apply strikes with ulnar side of my fist. So percussion. Не больно? Не больно? So Pasternasky side. Now and posterior ureteral points. First ureteral point is costovertebral point. It's necessary to find 12 rib, yes, an angle between vertebral column and 12 rib is costovertebral point. Не больно? And next point, ureteral point is costolumbar. So angle between 12 rib and lumbar muscle. Yes. Не больно? Хорошо. Well, that's all for today. Спасибо большое.